So today on Project Shop, we have an absolute massive pile of HID lights. These lights came from a Publix parking lot up in Orlando, Florida. And we actually have a bunch more out here on a trailer that I've been trying to get to all day because I actually need to get these off the trailer, process those first because everything needs to get loaded back on this trailer. Now, unfortunately, my big trailer sitting over there has a burned up axle. I haven't been able to fix it because as soon as that axle burned up, like 20 minutes later, I got the call to run up to Orlando, and I've been running back and forth, and it's just kind of been a nightmare. But anyway, hopefully we'll be able to recover all these transformers, get them on the table. I got 2 more barrels that have been sitting here for a while that have transformers. I'd like to get them on the table, process them tonight, get them down to Miami in the morning because I actually have more lights to go pick up locally and some other stuff and a bunch more transformers. The stuff just keeps coming in, and as you can see, the shop is just an absolute wreck. So hopefully we can make a dent in this today and see where we're at. Now, these lights here are actually pretty easy to come apart. It's just an Allen key, and most of the time these lights usually have a big steel backing plate right here to make it structurally strong. When you got these thin aluminum sheet, like this is sheet aluminum, normally there'll be a backing plate, not so much on the big heavy cast ones. They're strong enough to be rigid enough not to bend and flex and crack, but this one's actually nice, man. It's all aluminum. So other than pulling the transformer and these capacitors out, this is pretty much going to be clean, ready to go once I remove you know, this and these 2 bolts. So hopefully that'll go pretty quick. Once I get one apart and get the process down, we should be able to blow these out really quick. I'll probably just wind up laying them all out here and hopefully not get bothered by the rain too much. Now this here, I'm gonna have to put a magnet on this. These here might be steel. I'm not sure. Normally they do have some steel parts in here, which I don't know why they do that, but and these are very interesting lights. They have 2 filaments in there, which is interesting. So we'll get on that, and then we do have more on the table over there. So you've seen the first part of the video of me welding the cages. I got a bunch more here to weld and prep. It's just ongoing stuff here. So what we're gonna do is crank up some music. Today's motivation is brought to you by some nice clean water and some the best of Ted Nugent. Let's see what we got here. Enough of that. We'll get a copyright strike. Also, I just had my property returned to me. So our personal safety today is going to be brought to you by 6 Hour P220 45 ACP and this AR-15 that you guys seen in a previous video. This is the one that actually jammed on me at the gun range, and then once I lubed it up and it ran fine, we ran a bunch of ammo through it, not a problem. So it was pretty much just dry. But they were literally just returned to me because if you don't have any boxes that look like this, you've never been robbed by a bunch of corrupt police and then forced them to give you your shit back. But that's for another video. So what I'm gonna do is crank up some music, get this stuff out of here. Unfortunately, you'll be having to listen to some YouTube friendly music or whatever we can find that's not copyrighted. And hopefully we'll have a big pile of aluminum here in a little bit. Okay, so I took one apart to see what we got going on here. But before that, I want to show you something, man. So pretty much every year I wind up buying a new set of drills and an impact driver around Christmas time when they have those deals. The last time, I think I bought this one last year. This thing here, hear that? I've had nothing but problems with this one since I've got it. Right out the box, it's always just giving me problems, and this is the only one with this stupid selector. You know, I really wish they would just make a quality drill that did the job. You know, back in the day, look at these old crusty things here. These things, I've probably had this thing for 10 years, if not longer. And they rock, man. You know, these new ones, you hear? They just sound weak. You know, I don't know what the freaking deal is, but it almost seems like we're going backwards. Anyway, just my thought on that real quick. Let's open it up real quick. Yeah, this one's empty. Let me just push this to the side. Some of these had some LED lights. They bypassed the ballast, and I just want to show you how to get these apart real quick. Okay, so I couldn't find, well, actually I didn't look too hard, but this is an odd size, so I'm just using a star bit. You can substitute for a Allen key to get these open in an emergency, and then I'm just pushing on the back of this, pushes those clips right out, get that lens out of there. Now I did check to see if the white panel on the back side of this, which you'll see in a second, was aluminum, and this whole thing is aluminum. All this white stuff and all, well, this one doesn't have white like the other one. They're all the same but different. It's crazy. So they're gonna come apart pretty easy. And then like that, I'm gonna wind up just putting right back in here. Now this thing here, this one's loose, but I did find this is like a little thumb screw. I did find an 11mm. We'll get on there and take that right off. This one just happened to be loose. And these, you gotta slide back. You can see it has these little notches. They just slide in there. And pretty much just a Phillips. Now we don't have to hold nothing on the back side with these because, or I'm hoping, they got these little rivets that are pressed in there. But this one seems like it wants to give a little issue. It looks like someone put the wrong size screw in there or something. Now, that's the second transformer I checked, and this plate's aluminum. That can just stay down in there. We're just gonna have to cut this capacitor off. Snip this. That's number 2 insulate. That one there, well, that's a double copper. So, and look at that space in there. That's interesting. Now the next part, I have this extension on here because it was hard getting on that angle with the drill. It wouldn't get down in there. So we just had to extend it out a little bit. This extension's a little excessive, but I might find a smaller one here in a minute when I go to do the rest of it. But that's pretty much it. That falls off. Okay. Now this piece here should come right out. That's ready to go. We might just try to fish out this copper. We don't want to send any copper as that can go in the bright and shiny. Make sure that one don't have it. Yeah, okay. Once these come right off, and then we have, where's my Phillips? Some Phillips screws. Now these I've learned in the past, man, a lot of times you only got one shot, so I like to smack the back of the drill and hit the trigger at the same time. Let's see, I didn't smack it. And then this is just a plate of regular sheet aluminum, but they're not gonna like that when you try to sell this as extruded. But that's it. We got, and these are heavy, man. These are really nice. We're gonna have a big pile of these. And then this I wouldn't even worry about that little bit of steel or that little bit of screw. Put that right back in there. We're gonna put this right back in there. And then because I'm gonna be stacking these, I will come back and just kind of snug these up. And these are ready to rock and roll. Now, I could take this out. There is brass in there, but we're just gonna send it. It's old sheet. You're allowed a little bit of dirty stuff. So I'm gonna get the time lapse set back up, and I'm just gonna go through, open them all up, and as I open them, I'm gonna pop the lens, pull the lamp, get all that done. Then I'm gonna come back and physically pull these out. I might do that while I'm there. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I like to kind of just do one step at a time. If I had help, this would go a lot faster, but you know, I'm here by myself today. It is a Sunday. I actually started at about probably 4 or something, after 4 o'clock. I don't know how long I'm gonna work today, but I would at least like to get these processed on the trailer and the transformers up there on the table. If I can do that today, I'll be happy with that. And then I can come back in the morning and crack some transformers or whatnot. But so we're just gonna get right on it. All right, so I'm gonna take a break and get something to drink. I'm almost done with the wire and removing all of the capacitors. But I wanted to stop and take a look at that. A big old rainbow over here. Now, funny thing about rainbows is, rainbows are a reflection off of something, and the only way to replicate a rainbow indoors is with a mirror. So what is that reflecting off? Whatever it's reflecting off, it's taking the shape of it. Almost looks like the shape of a dome. But anyway, it's starting to rain. I'm gonna take a break real quick, get something to drink, and then try to get out here before it rains a little too hard. I only got a few more to do in there, and then pull the transformers out, split the boxes from the slip fitters there and the arms. And we're ready to start, almost ready to start putting these transformers up on the table. Now, unfortunately, it looks like most of these are going to be one copper, one aluminum, with the copper being a small coil, which really sucks. But it is what it is. They were free. All I have is about maybe $160 in diesel fuel. And, you know, it took me like, I don't know, a day, not even a whole day. It was like 2.5 hours up there, maybe an hour on site picking them up. By the time I got there, they already had them down. And then 2.5 hours back, so 5, 6, you know, about 12 hours between 2 days going up to get these. You know, so hopefully we can knock this out tonight, and it'll be basically 3 days worth of work. I started at about 4:30. It's about 6:30 now, so I'm about 2 hours to get to this point. So I'm just gonna get hydrated real quick, and then we're gonna get right back on this, keep on moving, even though it's raining. Feels nice out here though, and we got a nice view over there. Okay, so I got everything to the point where I'm ready to pull these things out and drop those reflectors back in there. It's pretty much done. I'm just gonna have to come back and clean all this stuff up. That last part was a little tedious because I was recovering all of the bolts. They were actually stainless, or the I'm sorry, the nuts. So I got a nice little tray of really nice stainless nuts with built-in lock washers. Okay, and the all thread here is actually stainless as well. They just have a nut down in there. Now what I'm gonna do is I love these are like easy outs. I got a whole bunch of them, all different sizes, that I keep on hand here. Normally they're like the 1/4 inch ones or the bigger ones. These are kind of small, but basically you just put it on there and twist the gun to the side a little bit and it'll back them right off. Now these things here they're not threaded in, but it's just got this rubber, and then there is a little thing on there that you can just clip with a pair of dikes, and then you got a nice piece of, this is actually stainless all thread. So even if I didn't want to keep it, I don't know time wise if it would be, it might be worth separating this, because I think you get like 35 or 40 cents a pound for stainless steel. I'm not sure, I have to check into it, but it's nice to just have that. And we just put that on there. We're gonna hold the inside of that and it's gonna come right out. Okay, so I'm probably gonna take the time to recover all of this because this stuff was free. And I don't know if you've checked on the price of hardware lately, but shit's out of hand, man. It's absolutely ridiculous how everything's almost doubled in price in the past 2 years since that stupid scandemic came along. They're really ramping up trying to make everybody poor. So I'm gonna sit here and probably recover as much of this as possible, or as much as I feel like I need to. I might just do it all. I don't know. At this point, I can take all of the slip fitters and just put them up here on the table, remove these need a little bit of processing, and I can come back and do that at a later date. I don't have to do that tonight, because my goal tonight is to get all any non-ferrous stuff up onto the trailer and get the transformers over here up on the table. It's getting late, I don't know, maybe like 8 o'clock now or something, so we're about 3.5 hours into it now. I'm probably gonna take a break real quick and just eat something, drink some water, and you know, get right back on it. So all in all, I think I'm doing pretty good, being that I'm by myself, but we're gonna recover a pretty good amount of hardware. I'm pretty excited about that. I always like being able to recover and repurpose stuff. Ain't no need to send all this good hardware to the scrap yard and then you know, for pennies on the dollar, and then me have to go buy all this stuff. I'll sit here and recover this. I'll have enough of these nuts to last me a lifetime, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, my main goal is getting these boxes on the trailer and getting these transformers on the table. So I'm gonna take a break and we'll get right back at it. Okay, well, there you have it. We got everything all cleaned up, all of them loaded on the trailer except for one. There was actually 61 of these. I got one more in there because I'm about to weigh them. We have These 3 left, I'm not gonna process them now. It's like 11 o'clock at night. And y'all always probably wondering why I got guns laying around. That car right there just pulled up, sat there for a second. Someone got out and walked around the corner. I don't know what their deal is or what they're doing or why they're pulling a car up here at 11 o'clock at night, but I'm here all hours of the night and I have cameras out here. I see people going by here 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, sometimes when I'm here real early, people will be creeping around here looking in them dumpsters, all kinds of crazy stuff. So we like to stay safe. So I'm gonna move everything on the inside and turn that light out. As soon as he pulled up, I was literally done about to pull everything in. I seen that car pulled up. I turned this light back on just to let him know that he ain't gonna be over here doing some shady shit. Gotta make it hard for him to climb in. Anyway, we got pretty much cleaned up. I only broke 1 lens and it wasn't even removing it. I moved it and tapped the end on the concrete and it broke. But we got this whole big barrel of transformers right here, and most of these they're all the same. They're pretty much all the same. So what I'm gonna do, I don't know if I'm gonna get to all of these tonight. I will blow through this real quick tonight. It's getting late, it's like 11 o'clock. These are pulling off, you know, relatively easy. It's just gonna be tedious getting these out. I do wanna save these, and then these here are gonna be the issue. I gotta get these off. They're not gonna like that for clean extruded. We'll blow that out real quick and see where we're at. What I'm gonna do is I'll have a count on the transformers. I know I'm gonna have 61 of them. I'll break one down and we'll see how much I'm gonna get out of steel, aluminum, copper, and you know, because those bins already have steel in it, I'm not gonna be moving the stuff around and separate it, but I'll be able to get a good idea of whether or not the I'm just gonna say $200 with food and fuel to go get this stuff for 2 days. I'm gonna see if it's worth it. Usually I make pretty decent money going to get these lights. These lights were kind of, you know, kind of light, but they are all aluminum. There was no extra steel other than this. I will keep the stainless steel. I will weigh it to see like what I could have gotten out of it. You know, for now, we're just gonna blow through this and see where we're at. Okay, I'm pretty much done. I might be done for the night. It's probably like 12 o'clock now, and my back is telling me it's about that time. So what I'm gonna do is weigh this up. We know we got 61 of these. And that is, I don't know if y'all can see that. Oh, side loading the scale. 19.28, let's just call it 19 pounds, just in case there's some differences. 61 at 19, okay. Now let's do this steel real quick. There was 45 of these. That's because there was some doubles. See if we can't get that to lock in there. No? Can we get it down in there? Alright, we're gonna have to hang it. Oh, let's use a piece of copper. It don't even register. Perfect. But that registers. 9.2 pounds. And we did recover a little bit of copper out of those. We'll just call it 9 pounds. Extruded aluminum, 2.5 pounds. Okay, get our bucket. 0.7 pounds. We're going to tear that. Let's do our prepared steel from the transformer. We're going to have 60 of these at 9.5 pounds. And there's going to be 61 of those, and 61 copper, 61 cast at, what did I say, 9.5? Let's just weigh that again real quick, make sure. Yeah, okay. And then our little chunk of aluminum, 0.8 pounds. It was actually 0.88. That's let's put AL 0.8, and this will be CU. Wow, 0.88. Oh, let's just say 0.8. So that little coil weighs as much as that. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll do some math and we'll be right back. Okay, so here are the projected numbers for this job. I'm actually going to call it for the night. I do have about 30 more minutes worth of work cracking those transformers. Now there's 61 transformers. I can easily do 3 a minute, 3 to 5 a minute, no problem. So it would only take me 20 minutes to crack those transformers. 30 because I got to run 2 presses, but the second press I can run 7 a minute, you know, so that ain't gonna take no time at all. So we had 1,159 pounds of aluminum light fixtures at 50 cents a pound. Now these numbers are what I remember getting a week ago or whenever the last time I sold this type of stuff. The numbers, they're not going to be far off from this, so this is kind of a rough estimate. And I originally, when I picked this stuff up, looked at it and figured I'd get about $1,000 out of it. So we had $579 there. Then on the steel, those slip fitters, we had 405 pounds, 8 cents a pound, or I'm sorry, yeah, 8 cents a pound, 32.40. The extruded aluminum, 152 pounds, 70 cents a pound, $106.75. Now, all of this is processed, ready to go. $718.15, and I did that in 6 hours. So now the transformers, we had 61 transformers, 9.5 pounds of steel, 864 pounds at 8 cents a pound, 69.16. Aluminum coil, 48.8 pounds, 50 cents a pound, 24.40. 61.8 pieces of number 2 copper, 48.8. It's funny how they were exactly the same. $3 a pound is what I got last time. 146.40. 239.96. Now, like I said, that's going to take me about 25-30 minutes to process that. So in total, there should be $958.11 of processed material. And with the $180 in fuel I had, plus the $20 for food that day, the 2 days I went, and then I'm gonna add another $50 for food and fuel driving it down to Miami tomorrow. So we're looking at $708.11. It took me 6 hours today, 14 hours, 7 hours each, 2 days to go get that stuff. And then it's going to take me 2 hours or an hour and a half, plus I'm adding a half hour for the transformers I still need to process. So 22 hours. That comes out to $32.18, which, you know, I guess is better than like working for someone, but those ain't big numbers. But you got to realize more than half of those numbers, more than half of that is basically travel time. I had 12 hours of travel. So, you know, that's not really processing. I mean, I guess you got to consider that's work, but I was able to recover that 958, or I'm sorry, the 718 in 6 hours. So if this was a local job, per hour would have been way up. You know what I'm saying? So I got, you know, 3 days into this. I'm gonna walk away with $708, and you know, I can't complain about that. It was free. I'm definitely going to be changing my strategy. I really, especially if this is stuff far away. Now this customer, I wind up getting all the lights for free, whether it's local or far. That's my deal with them. But like other customers, I'm not paying a lot for these lights no more, because this is the problem right here. It's just not worth it. I think what I'm going to have to, I used to pay 15 cents a pound for these things, thinking I would get some decent copper transformers, but I'm going to have to lower it to like 10 or 8 or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I'm going to wrap this up here and go take a shower and go to sleep, man. I am kind of cooked. There was a lot of material. You know, I moved, let's see, 1,500 and another 800. So I basically moved over a ton of material around, you know what I'm saying, laying it out, moving it, offloading it, loading it, moving it up here. It's a lot of moving around, you know what I'm saying? So definitely could have used some help, but you know, it is what it is. So I'll catch you guys in the morning. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Dancing. You ever seen your copper dance before? working up in a tree now. So check this ghetto rig out. I got this thing strapped down to my spare tire. Get you some time-lapse action going on. Check this out. This is the first time I ever tried this. I cut down one side and then I made 4 cuts or 3 cuts, and was able to lay that out. So I think that's going to work out pretty good as far as condensing this stuff down. I could probably get a huge stack here along the front here, and if they get their lift, they're probably going to keep going today, so I'm going to have to hustle. Now fortunately, he was telling me that when they go do these 4 headers, he's going to have to take down one at a time, which is going to benefit me greatly, because then I'll have plenty of time to completely disassemble these and cut them open and get them stacked, because this trailer is very constricted. This is only a 12-foot deck. My other trailer has an 18-foot deck, and even though 4 foot of it is taken up by the crane, having the crane and just the open deck, like just being able to walk up onto the side, that's like, I'm conflicted with whether trailers with sides are better or with sides. I want removable sides, because I like being able to just walk around and work on either side. Well, we made it to the hotel. Now this hotel is kind of on the ghetto side. I got a great view of that wall over there, but I don't know if it's going to come through the camera, I can see my truck. Even laying down on this bed over here, I can kind of eyeball my truck, make sure ain't nobody gonna mess with my scrap. We ain't got much going on here. We got about the smallest flat screen I've ever seen in a hotel room. We do got a bathroom and a shower, 2 beds, a phone, a clock that's not on, a light that continuously flickers. We do have I got the DeWalt batteries charging all up. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit more intense than today, although like I said, they are going to be taking apart those lights, so I'm not going to have to work as hard. Got my Jersey Mike sub. I got a YouTube video uploading that I tried to upload before. It didn't work, so I'm re-uploading it. Hopefully I'll get that out to you tonight, and I'm going to take a nice shower and relax for the rest of the night. Got an early start tomorrow. They're going to be there about 6:30, and I want to be right there with them so I can be on top of these lights and get a good bead on everything.